Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Horler and I'm here with Matt Ryan of Deloitte. We're talking about PSD2. Thanks very much for joining me.
You're welcome.
What are the most important aspects of PSD2 for banks to consider right now?
So right now banks will be focused on the recent RTS, particularly around the transaction risk analysis based on their fraud monitoring. They'll be also looking at how, as they're building out their APIs, they will confirm the registration of TPPs with the competent authorities, etc. And more importantly, I think they'll be looking at what overlapping legislation with PSD2 could impact their projects, the likes of GDPR, etc. So I think there's quite a lot of thought going into projects at the moment, see is the scope correct, and to see how, when they get into build phase, have they considered everything at this stage.
How far have banks progressed in their view of PSD2 as an opportunity beyond just compliance?
PSD2 is quite an interesting legislation. Like the original PSD2 was all about giving consumers rights around payments. This, in essence, is driving consumer behaviour. So a lot of institutions would have set their projects up as compliance-only type projects, and now they're beginning to understand the types of opportunities that are becoming available from PSD2. And how can they innovate? They're going to get, all of them are going to get new API platforms. How can they leverage that to give enhanced services to fintechs and their consumers, looking at premium APIs? So it's driving a lot of innovation as well as also enhancing existing consumer rights around payments.
Will the world change forever when PSD2 comes in, or will we see a slower burn?
So for me, I believe it's going to be a slow burn. I think it's all about trust. So consumers, will they give their bank details in effect to third parties? I think they will, but only to the ones that they already trust and have a good relationship with. So for those, that will be the slow burn. I think the tipping point will be when you have, let's say, a large social network maybe who decides to leverage PSD2, and also when SEPA Instant come into play, and actually there's a point of sale real-time solution that can leverage PSD2 and open APIs. Then you'll have a tipping point, and then consumers will realise, actually, this is how it works. It's actually going to cost me less. The merchants say it's actually going to cost me less. And the banks will have a new channel and effectively a new revenue stream potentially with premium APIs on top of that as well. And that's where it will take off. But for me, it will be a slow burn. And it will be based, I think, when SEPA Instant come in force.
Matt, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.